Caleb Sweethands, Plant, IBF super middleweight champion of the world. And if you're looking to take your training to the next level or even be a world champion like myself, I suggest Victor Kate's Fighters Training Sack. It's got everything you need.
I really enjoy doing things that gets my mind away from the fight. At the end of the day, they're going to close us in a cage. I'm going to have a big old scary guy looking over at me, and all my instincts are going to kick right into place. So there's no need to get all pent up before the fight, you know. I'm trained, and I'm in shape. Fight's going to go down no matter what I do before the fight.
John, you have the new belt in front of you. Have they updated it with all of your old title defenses, or is it just the one since you won it in March?
It's just the one since I won in March, which I think is BS. I would like to, every time you get a win, they put a red ruby on the belt. And this will be my 14th win. So there should be 13 red rubies over there. But instead mine has one. And, or should be, yeah, there's only one. And I'm excited to get my second one after July 6th.
Can you talk about the focus? Obviously a champion since 2011, MMA, a game of inches. What is it to stay on top when you know everyone's been gunning for you for years now?
I think faith, self-belief, aligning yourself with the right people. That's it right there.
Okay, you last time in 2011, 4 times, won the belt. This year you're on track to keep that pace. Can you talk about mentally, you know, what's the same and what's different about 2011 John versus 2019?
2011 John was a lot wilder, a lot younger. Felt invincible. I don't think I was as appreciative. And today, I know I'm very human. Yeah, I've made a lot of mistakes, and today I know you can lose it all. And so what I do differently is do everything to keep it all. Try to do the right things, and I feel like I've allowed I'm trying to allow my character to catch up to my abilities and my talent.
Okay, what makes Jon Jones
between fighting for a championship belt and fighting for a legacy? What's the difference mentally between the two?
Fighting for a championship belt and fighting for a legacy. Well, you know, a belt's one fight. You know, belts fight by fight. Legacies live forever. And so, fighting for a legacy, it's a much like a legacy is not a race. It's a journey. You know. I think that's the biggest thing. You know, championship belt is an event. The legacy is it's a lifestyle.
What makes Jon Jones the best ever? What makes Jon Jones the best ever?
What are we gonna do here? I want to see y'all two fight.
Go ahead. Last one.
Just a quick slap out your match. First to 5.
Thumb wrestle right now.
Let's go. Let's do this shit, no? Oh, you chicken. You won, bro. You just won by default. Oh, it's going down.
Here we go.
Who's filming this? Who's filming this?
Oh, you got
my
it.
goodness, you just got. Oh,
I
you got
know.
smoked. Give it to me right here.
Get it. Good job, homie.
Last one. I just want to ask you being the guy that everyone's gunning for now, when you were the young guy taking out those legends, you were hungry, you had that chip on your shoulder, it was their spot. Now it's your spot and everyone's coming for you. Mentally for you, how is that different? Preparation-wise, outlook-wise, plus with all the maturity that you've gained over the years in and out of the cage.
I feel like it's just important to keep the right mindset. You know, that's why I always say I'm grateful that I'm not undefeated, because I'm not trying to protect this undefeated record. You know, Matt Hamill is the man out there who did the job, right? You know, my coaches always tell me, especially my coach Brandon Gibson, he says to me, John, we're not taking title defenses. We're taking title offenses. You know, we're out there trying to conquer more. We're not trying to protect what we already have. And so I think that's the difference. You know, always remembering that these young boys are coming for us, and to not be sitting fat and complacent at the castle, but to meet them halfway on the battlefield.
John, in the past you mentioned you're not interested in fighting DC for the third time.
You mad, aren't you? You lost.
I'll get the rematch.
Oh,
in front of Masvidal, I'll get the rematch.
I hate defeat, bro.
I do. I feel like, you know, the Matt Hamill, you know, TKO is the rules, the gauntlet.
All right.
John, in the past you mentioned you not interested to fight DC for the third time, and now with all the fans' interest that you see, have you changed your mind?
No, I haven't changed my mind. And I am interested in fighting Daniel Cormier. I just want to do it under the right terms. And one thing about the UFC is we always give the fans what they want to see. And if they want to see it bad enough, you know, Hunter and Ari and Dana, they'll hear about it enough and they'll say, all right, let's share some of this pie with John. You know?
When you say right terms, you mean the heavyweights or division or the
Oh,
light heavyweights?
just no, you know, fighting him at heavyweight. I think we just had to come up with the right negotiation to make it happen.
Okay.
You know, I'm aware that it would be a super fight, so obviously I couldn't fight under the same contract.
Last one for me. Khabib is fighting Dustin in September. What's your prediction?
I'm rooting for Dustin. Me and Dustin, we work together. We are both sponsored by PureKana CBD. I'm actually chewing on one of their CBD sticks right now. Stay cool in front of all you guys. So he's one of my business partners, and I quite frankly don't like Daniel Cormier teammates. So
Okay.
I am rooting for Dustin Poirier.
How do you think that fight is going to end?
You know, Khabib's a wrestler. I'm a wrestler, and wrestlers oftentimes get to dictate where the fight goes, whether it's going to be a standing match or a striking match. So if I had to bet the house, you know, I would lean on Khabib's side, but I am hoping that Poirier can pull it off.
Thank you.
What makes John Jones the best ever?
You just asked that question.
I know, I haven't gotten an answer yet. I went through a fight and he hasn't told me yet.
I don't feel like I'm the best ever.
Really?
I don't. I feel like I have a lot to prove. And I feel like if I can retire, doing the right things and continuing to win fights, then maybe I'll allow other people to call me that.
If not you, then who?
Anderson Silva. And to me, he's my best ever.
Did you say a couple minutes ago?
We're gonna ask him, Gar?
I will in a sec.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks.
John, I just have one question for you. Thiago, he's been scheduled to go 5 rounds before. He's never actually went into the 4th or 5th rounds. You've done it several times. Do you feel that if it does go into those championship rounds, you're going to have a big advantage there?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, going into round 4 is my comfort zone. It's where mentally I know I have to kick it up. It's where mentally I know I should be winning. It's where mentally I feel like everything's in my favor. I mean, if you watch the Alexander Gustafsson fight, it was a dogfight. And then something inside of me turned on in the champions rounds. And yeah, I have a lot of pride in those rounds.
Did you say a couple minutes ago with a straight face, Matt Hamill's the one that got the job done?
Oh yeah. I mean, look at the history books, man. It doesn't lie, you know. I mean, if you look at my record, you know, those numbers don't lie. I have a loss in my record.
I know Dana's been petitioning it and calling for it, but you're not interested in that result?
You know, honestly, I do see the good in it. I think it'll be great for the organization to be able to market an undefeated champion. Me personally, it takes a lot of stress off me to not be this undefeated champion, you know. But I do see the good in it. You know, Floyd Mayweather, boxing has Floyd Mayweather, and you know, he means a lot to the sport of boxing, and I see how, you know, my legacy means a lot to the sport, and if Dana wants me to be undefeated, I don't think too many people argue with him.
Matt Hamill wants a rematch.
I think that face says it all.
We're in this champ era right now where people are starting to define greatness by winning championships in multiple divisions. At light heavyweight, you beat all the legends early on. You beat the 2nd generation of light heavyweights, and now this 3rd generation of light heavyweights is coming through. Do you think that there's any sort of, you know, importance for you to win a 2nd belt in the 2nd division?
I think it'd be great for the legacy for sure. You know, especially when I share like an era with Daniel Cormier. You know, I think it kind of squash his a little bit even more. But I know that I can, you know, be respected years from now without going up to heavyweight. You know, be a 20-time UFC light heavyweight champion. That rings bells, and I think it'll be a long time before anybody else can do something like that.
John, before we go any further, we're both into sartorial elegance. And
yes.
so
Thank you,
as
sir.
address two men in the middle.
You look at you, tooting your horn. I think we're gonna have to agree with him.
I mean, I don't know.
Oh.
He looks
Sorry,
like
Gareth.
he
Just
looks
calling it
like
like
a
it is.
preppy schoolboy.
That's better than looking like a washed-up rock star.
Oh my God! Yes.
Well, listen, if you've got cocaine, I'll have it.
Oh
Starting up the wrong foot.
What I wanted to ask you about,
that guy. Oh, that was good.
apart from light heavyweight, seriously, there was a time.
Garth
when-
doesn't give a fuck. I like
I
that.
don't give a fuck.
I like that.
I mean, I had a few tequilas on the way.
Hey, my man.
But and didn't go to bed. But there was a time, maybe a couple of years ago, where there was talk about you stepping up to heavyweight, and the whole 10 fighters, 1 to 10 on the roster, could all have been $1 million buys on pay-per-view. You going through the heavyweight roster, and everyone thought you were going to do that. It really amazes me that you say you want to stay at light heavyweight and you want to keep there,
Yeah.
because surely you have what it takes to beat all the heavyweights as well.
Thank you for that compliment. I feel like if things aren't broke, then we shouldn't be reaching to fix it. And I also understand that oftentimes grass may not be greener on the other side. Heavyweights hit a lot harder. They get knocked out every other fight. And I appreciate having a healthy brain. I got daughters to raise, and I know that I'm more than a fighter. And so I just want to take the right fights. If I'm making the light heavyweight division just fine, through maturity, I'm learning how to eat even cleaner when necessary. So it's like why mess with a good thing? I think that's my answer.
Do you think if you were in another sport with the standing you do have, you'd be more famous globally? Like if it
No.
was boxing?
No, not necessarily. No, because I think I am as known as I am because of a lot of good things I've done and a lot of bad things I've done. If you look at Conor McGregor, Conor McGregor had the personality. Some people just have that it factor. And Conor indeed has it. He's a likable guy. He knows what to say. He knows how to deliver a funny joke. And he has a nation behind him. So I can't blame how big or how small of a star I may be on the UFC. It's up to me.
And the last one for me, I remember when we were in my car in London, Vanderlei Silva,
Yes.
Thiago Silva, Malky yapping away in the back, you, me in the front, 3 hours we were stuck in the car going to that UFC event. We'd just done the expo, and you were about 20, you were just about to beat Shogun,
Yeah.
And
I'd have been 22 then.
22.
Yeah.
And we had a 3-hour chat about your life, okay? And I've taken to you ever since then.
Thank
You
you.
even apologised for leaving trash in my car and called me sir. But but we have always had a bond because of that day. You
Yes.
know that.
Oh,
And,
100%.
yeah. Deep inside yourself, are you a good guy trying to be bad, or are you a bad guy trying to be good?
That's a good question. I think I am a bad guy that's trying to be good. Just because religiously we're all sinners. We're all sinners. We're born into sin. It's our nature to sin. And it's a decision to try to do the right thing. It's a decision to do the right thing when no one's looking, right? And so I think all of us as humans, none of us are shit, and it's our choice to try to be more than. And so I had to say I lean closer to being an imperfect human that's trying to do the right things and be good.
Thank you very much.
Bam.
John, is there a past opponent that reminds you of Thiago at all, like ahead of this matchup? I'm just saying, out of all the fighters you fought, is there anyone that reminds you of Thiago as far as the style matchup?
Vitor Belfort.
Yeah.
Vitor Belfort, from Brazil, a black belt, familiar with capoeira, knockout power in both hands, capable of powerful kicks, built like a brick house.
Yeah.
Vitor Belfort.
Can I ask you about Jackson Week? I know both at your open workout and at Holly's open workout, you both brought
Southpaw.
you both brought your coaches out. You were very overt in terms of making sure that your coaches got got the credit for your respective developments. There's been a high-profile departure from the team recently with Diego. I just wondered, and we asked Holly about this, and she was very strong on this as well. How much is your victory on Saturday, if you get the win, for your team as well as it is for you?
Wait. You brought up Diego, and then you're. Well,
because he's left your team,
right?
And he said he wasn't getting the attention that he thought he deserved.
Mm-hmm.
Is it something where you can showcase Jackson Wink and just show that, you know, it is the best team in the world, and because you know you were showing your coaches to the fans and the open workouts?
Yeah, I feel like each of our wins are for us and are for our respective coaches. I think Diego only left our team about 2 months ago, so he's still a reflection of our team.
Yeah.
And we wish nothing but the best for him. We love him genuinely. And Diego, you know, Diego is being Diego. He's going out there, he's trying new things, he's being his own man. And what's not to respect about that? We all respect his artistry, and we want him to go out there and create. And if he does better without us, we're all extremely happy for him. But at the same time, we want him to know that he's always welcome home.
Brilliant. And how appreciative are you of the role that the team has played in your life and your career, particularly when you were going through some of the more troubled times during your career?
Yeah, I'm extremely grateful to be surrounded by a team that actually cares about me. You know, a lot of teams, they cycle all these people through, and a lot of coaches look at managers look at athletes as just dollar signs. But I'm grateful. Everyone between my management team, publicist / crisis manager, more crisis manager. You know, my coach, everyone. You know, I feel like I'm surrounded by people who genuinely care about me. You know, I feel like the people in my life, if I wasn't paying them or if I wasn't fighting anymore, that they would always call me up and say, let's go fishing, or let's go to this party, or let's go out to dinner. You know, I'm grateful to have genuine relationships in my life.